Welcome to Marketing in the Age of AI, the show for leaders who want real results, not more noise. Join Emmanuel Rose as he helps business builders turn AI from a confusing add-on into a practical advantage with clearer messaging, stronger trust, and smarter systems. If you felt a shift happening in real time, you're not imagining it. In the agentic pivot, Emmanuel calls it the move from experimenting with AI to building with it, so it supports your team, your brand, and your growth. Let's get into it.
CMOs are now spending 15.5% of their marketing budget on AI. 95% of generative AI pilots produce no measurable return, zero. So picture that for a second. The money is pouring in. The results are not coming out. Here's the part that should land. Most of that spend isn't strategy, it's fear. It's the quiet panic that the team next door is going to do something with AI and you're not. That fear has a name. You've probably heard it. It's FOMO. And right now, it's the most expensive line item in your marketing budget. Today, I'll show you how to stop buying AI to feel current and start running one small project that actually gives you back some hours. Human in the loop. Wow. It is easy to get a case of the FOMOs. For me, it's a very rare event, but I did hit a spot about 18 months ago where I felt like I was trying to keep up with the changes that were happening in the marketplace and the AI releases and the different LLMs and each model and how to do things online and how to do things air gapped and finally I had to sit myself down and have the talk, which is I can only do one thing at a time, and I'm learning as quick as I can, and it's going to be okay. And so that is my message for you today. It's going to be okay, but we got to do it in a systematic, methodical way. Welcome back to Marketing in the Age of AI. I'm Emmanuel Rose, and this one is for those of us who are in the beginning part or not yet getting value from AI. The CMO, the agency owner, or the in-house lead who feels pressure to do AI, but buys a few tools and quietly isn't sure if any of it's working, and CFO or CEO is breathing down your neck to understand the spend. Here's what we cover today. Why FOMO is driving most AI spend and why subsequently it's failing. The handful of tools that you should actually start with, and the numbers that separate spending from value. And a 1-week playbook to run your first real value project measured in hours saved. Let's get into it. What is going from FOMO to AI innovated marketing, and why now? Well, let's start with what FOMO actually does to a marketing budget. It makes you buy. It makes you pilot. It makes you stand up something so you can tell your boss, your board, or yourself that you're on it. We're doing AI. And the data says that instinct is burning money and wasting time. Gartner surveyed 401 CMOs at the beginning of this year. The average organization was putting 15% of the marketing budget into AI, and 70% of those CMOs said that becoming an AI leader is a critical goal this year. But only 30% say they're actually ready to scale it. 70% admit their own internal processes aren't mature enough to make AI work. Isn't that interesting? 70% admit their own internal processes aren't mature enough to make AI work. The ambition is running about twice as far ahead as the capability. That gap is exactly where the FOMO lives. Ian McIntyre, who runs research for Gartner's marketing practice, put it plainly. He said, CMOs see AI as a force multiplier for growth and efficiency, but most marketing organizations are not yet built to capture the value. That's the whole episode in one sentence. The tools are ready, the teams aren't. And buying more tools does not fix a team that isn't built to use them. The Duke CMO survey, run by Christine Mormon, backs this up from another angle. AI use among marketers has more than doubled in the last 2 years. But here's the catch: on their 7-point scale of marketing technology performance, no capability scored above a 5. And those performance levels haven't improved in 2 years. So adoption is climbing fast, performance is flat, more AI, same results. That's what FOMO buys you. Now, here's the hard cost of that gap. MIT ran a study last year. You probably saw it. It's called the Gen AI Divide. They looked at real enterprise deployments at the US, where we poured an estimated $40 billion into AI. 95% of the generative AI pilots produced no measurable return to the P&L. Only about 5% of custom projects ever made it into real production. So this is the FOMO trap. You feel behind, you buy a tool, you launch a pilot, the pilot looks busy and proves nothing, and 6 months later, you've spent the budget and moved no number and have not moved the needle. Here's the old way versus the new way. The FOMO way: chase the headline, buy the platform, announce the initiative, and hope something sticks. The value way: pick one task, save real hours on it, write the numbers down, then expand and build on that success. Here's why this is the right fight right now in 2026. The spend is already happening. 15% is on the books. The question for 2026 isn't whether you'll spend on AI. You probably already are. The question is whether that money buys results or just buys temporary relief. And the window matters. We're past the point where we're experimenting with AI impresses anyone. Your board has heard that line for 2 years. What they want now is a number: hours saved, costs taken out, a campaign that shipped faster and performed better, or at least as well. The first wave was about access, and then everyone got the tools. Second wave, the one you're in right now, is about proof. The marketers who can show a result are about to pull away from the ones who can only show a subscription. FOMO got everyone to the starting line, but it will not carry you past it, and it will not carry you past it first. That's for sure. The key players: you don't need a big tech stack to start. You just need to start. And here are the players that matter for someone's getting started or ready to innovate, and what each one is really for. First, the general assistants: ChatGPT, Claude Code, Microsoft Copilot. In that MIT study, over 88% of companies had already piloted tools like these. They're the lowest risk entry point. No build, no procurement saga. You probably have access to one of them today. Here's the catch: the same study found buying and using a tool succeeded about 2/3 of the time. Building your own custom system succeeded about a third as often. So for a beginner, the message is simple: use the assistant you already have. Don't build. The fastest way to join the 95% that fail is to commission a custom system before you've proven even a single hour saved. Second, Salesforce Agent Force. This is the agentic push from Salesforce. An agent is AI that doesn't just answer you, it goes and does a task on your behalf. Salesforce State of Marketing report this year, drawn from about 4,500 marketers. Only 13% are actually using agentic AI, but 82% of the ones using or planning agents expect a real ROI improvement. And the CMO of Agent Force Marketing, Bobby Jania, said the line of the year. He said, "We are using the most powerful technology in history to send more one-way spam faster." Let's think about that for a second. That's the FOMO outcome in one sentence. The most powerful tool we've ever had pointed straight at making the same mediocre work faster. Third, HubSpot. I include it because it is one of the first tools that people often pay for. HubSpot's data this year found marketers recover an average of 6 hours a week with AI built into that tool that they already use. So the lesson across all three, the value is usually hiding inside the tools you already own. FOMO tells you to go buy the new thing, but start by using what's already on your desktop. Here are the numbers that matter. 6 numbers, each one gets a so what. Number one, 15% of the marketing budget now goes to AI on average. That's from Gartner from the 401 CMOs. So what? The spend is real and rising, but spending more is not the same as getting more. Those are two different sentences, and FOMO blurs them together. Number two, only 30% of CMOs say they're ready to scale AI. 70% say being an AI leader is critical this year. So what? The wanting is double the readiness. When desire outruns capability, you get FOMO spending. That's the whole problem in one number. Everybody wants to shoot the bow, but no one wants to pull the string. Number three, 95% of generative AI pilots produce no measurable return against a $40 billion spend. And that's from MIT. So what? Most AI money right now produces nothing you can show the CFO. FOMO buys pilots. Pilots mostly die. You do not want to fund that 95%. Number four, buying tools succeeded about 67% of the time. Building your own succeeded about 1/3 as often. Also from MIT. So what? As a beginner, buy and use, do not build. The urge to build a custom system before you've proven anything is FOMO wearing a lab coat. It is like chasing windmills. Number five, 75% of marketers have adopted AI, but 84% admit their campaigns are still generic and one way. It's according to Salesforce. So what? Adoption is not value. Most teams bought the tool and changed nothing about the actual work. Don't confuse, we have it and it's working. Number six, marketers recover an average of 6 hours a week with AI. Senior people, 8 to 10 hours. Salesforce found their high performers using agents win back about 8 hours. So what? This is the easiest ROI a beginner can measure. Hours saved. Start there because you can put a dollar figure on it tomorrow and you can use that time for other high priority activities. And here's my hot take. FOMO is the most expensive thing on your marketing budget. That 15% you're spending so you don't fall behind, most of it is funding pilots that return zero. 95% of them, measured against P&L, produce nothing. Buying AI to look modern is how you lose money while feeling current. That's it. That's the trap. And here's the uncomfortable mirror. 75% of marketers say they've adopted AI. 84% are still shipping generic one-way work. So most of that adoption didn't change the marketing, it just changed the tools. You weren't behind because you lacked AI. You were behind because the work was scattered and nobody measured anything. AI didn't and won't fix that. It just made the same work faster. So here's the turn. The teams that win in 2026 are not the ones with the most tools. They're the ones who picked one boring, repeatable task, saved real hours on it, and wrote the number down. Calm beats FOMO every time. And here's the line I want you to keep. Stop buying AI to look modern. Start using it to buy back your hours. The marketer who saves 6 hours a week on one real task and can prove it is further ahead than those who bought 5 platforms and can't point to a single result. One of those people gets the next budget. It isn't the one with the longest tool list. But let's bring this home to your desktop and your department and your business. The shift is this: stop measuring your AI by how many tools you own, start measuring it by hours and dollars. Here's what changes in practice. First, pick one value project, not a platform, one repetitive, time eating task, weekly reporting, first draft content briefs, meeting notes turned into action items, scopes of work generation, ad copy variations. One task, not a transformation. Second, buy or use, do not build. The data is clear. Vendor tools work about 67% of the time, custom builds about a third as often. As a beginner, you have no business building a custom system before you've proven value with one you already have. Building is what the 95% failure did. Third, measure the baseline before you touch the AI. How many hours does this task take? Who does it? What does that cost in loaded labor? You can't show ROI on a number you never wrote down. This is the step most people skip, and it's why 95% of pilots can't prove anything when someone finally asks. Fourth, keep a human gate on every output. Human in the loop. You'll hear it a lot. 84% of marketers are using AI to ship generic work. The human edit is the entire difference between value and spam. Remember Bobby Jania's line, the agent gets you the draft. Your judgment makes it good. That part doesn't get automated and you don't want it to. And when you finish your edits, put it back into the system so that the software can see what the final product was and learn from it. Fifth, translate the hours into money. 6 hours a week at a senior loaded rate is a real defensible number. That's what you take the CFO. Not we're using AI now. A dollar figure on one page that anyone in finance can check. And for the agency owners, package this as value projects for your clients, each one with a measured before and after. You stop selling vague AI services and start selling proven hours recovered. That's an asset, and it's a lot easier to renew a contract on a number rather than on a buzzword. So here's your one value project playbook, 7 steps you can start today. Number 1, pick the most repetitive task on your plate, the one a smart person on your team does every single week or that you do every week. That's rote, not strategic. The weekly report is almost always the right first pick. If you're not sure, pick the task people complain about the most. Step 2, write down the baseline, hours per week, who does it, roughly what it costs in loaded labor. Write it on one line. This is your before picture, and you only get to capture it once, so do it before you change anything. And use strategicsop.com if you want or need a structure for SOP work. Step 3, use an AI tool you already have, ChatGPT, Copilot, or the AI already built into HubSpot or your current stack. Do not buy anything new yet. Do not build anything. The whole point is to prove value before you spend another dollar. Number 4, run the task with AI 3 times, and you edit every output. Keep the human gate up. You're not testing whether AI can do the task alone. You're testing whether AI plus your judgment does it faster or at least as well. 3 runs because 1 run is luck and 3 is a pattern. Step number 5, remeasure the hours. Compare to your baseline. Be honest. If it didn't save time, that's useful too. Drop that task, pick a different one, and run the loop again. You've lost a week, not your budget. Step number 6, write a 1-page before and after. Task, old hours, new hours, dollars recovered. A quick note on quality. 1 page. That page is worth more than any platform demo because it's real and it's yours. Step number 7, only now do you decide what's next. Expand it. Buy a dedicated tool or pick value project number 2. Let proven value fund the next move, not fear, and not fear of missing out. The one line to remember, let results buy the next tool, not your FOMO. If today lit something up, well, here's the move this week. Don't buy anything. Pick the one task that eats a smart person's morning every week. Write down what it costs you to do today. Run it 3 times with a tool you already have, editing every output. Then remeasure and put the hours on 1 page. That's it. That's how you go from FOMO to real AI assisted marketing, one proven project at a time. This way of working, real human judgment paired with AI that does the rote part, is exactly what my book called The Agentic Pivot is about. It's how real teams put AI to work without losing the judgment that makes the work good. You'll find it with my other marketing books at emmanuelrose.com or on Amazon. So go take a look. And if you've got a question about AI that you want to get answered on the show, drop it on my LinkedIn post for this episode. I read every one, and the best ones get featured on the show. Until then, stop buying AI to look modern. Use it to buy back your hours. So go do that. I'm Emmanuel Rose. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening to Marketing in the Age of AI. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast so you never miss a future episode. Your copy of Authentic Marketing in the Age of AI is available at Amazon.com or EmmanuelRose.com. You can also connect with Emmanuel on LinkedIn. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.